people have it with like scones and bacon and egg and all that stuff on the side, and I'm just like, nah fam, that's nasty. That is just like, it's a no for me. It is a no for me. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. If it's your first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, how's it, what kind? So in today's video, I'm going to be answering questions that even I, as a South African, when I was in South Africa, I was a bit confused. I couldn't see how honestly it worked. I was like, how do they put gas on their own? How is it self-service? Why do they have it disposable? I was like, don't people cut themselves with that in the sink? There was just so many questions that I was just like, this does not make sense. But now that I'm here in America, at least, yeah, it's like 3 years. I've been in America in total for like 3 years. I kind of forgot. I won't lie. I kind of forgot. I came here, I adapted, I did all these things, and I was like, oh, it's normal. And then my friend sent me a video of this girl on TikTok. I'm gonna try to find it, put the video here. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so true. And then I read the comments and people were also asking more questions. So I thought I would answer these questions as a South African because I'm here in America, and now that I'm in America it makes sense, but at the same time there's still things that I'm like, no guys, we could live without this, or we couldn't. But I will answer them for you. I literally screenshot some of the people's questions from there, and then I just also had personal questions for myself. I have friends who have also asked me questions, so I am gonna answer them in this video. I'm also gonna show you guys, so it'll be great because like most of these things we actually have in this house, so I can like actually show you what it looks like, what it does, how it works. That way I'm not just explaining with my mouth, but you can also see it on your own. So question number 1, I'm going to speak about the most recent one, which happened on Sunday. This one still confuses me. Daylight saving. Daylight saving literally just happened. Today is Monday. It happened from Saturday into Sunday. It still confuses me, but I'm going to explain it to you. And when I say it confuses me, I got up and my phone was saying 9 o'clock. And then when I came downstairs, the microwave was saying 10 o'clock. And I was like, what is happening? But in fall, you get, let me not speak in fall, spring, autumn, let me explain it to you. In November you get an extra hour, and then in like February or March it minuses an hour. So what happens is, like now we got an extra hour. What? So when I went to bed, when the clock turned for 2 o'clock, instead of it going to 1:59 and then 2 o'clock, it went to 3 o'clock. It literally jumped 1:59 to 3 o'clock. So right now we have the extra hour to take a nap, to sleep in, and you literally get up and you're like, oh, why did I just wake myself up without the alarm? Meantime, you have an extra hour to sleep. Your body's adjusting to it. However, in March, it's like around March, it goes back an hour. So when it's 1:59 and it turns to 2 o'clock, it goes back to 1 o'clock. And I'll never forget the one time my friend is here and we both forgot about this whole daylight saving situation. We went out, we were turning up, it was fun, and then we left the place. We left the club at like what, at like 1:30, and it only takes like 15 minutes to get here. And so we got home and we were like, it was literally going for like what, 2 o'clock? No, it was 3 o'clock, and we were like, there's no way it took us like an hour. We were so confused. We were just like,
I am not drunk.
Can you tell the time?
Yes. I am not drunk.
I was like, there's no way it took us an hour, dude. Like, what happened? And we were like, we're not even that drunk. But that's a story for another time. That was like the whole daylight saving thing. So that's one. And then another thing is we also have, with the whole daylight saving thing, we have time zones. There's like, when I say we, America has time zones. So there's Pacific time zone, there's Mountain time zone, there's Central time zone, then there's Eastern. I'm on the Eastern. Time zones are so annoying. This is why I miss South Africa for, because time zones are annoying. Like in some places, some people live on the border of the time zone. So like, let's say you stay this side and it's like 2 o'clock by your house, and it literally takes you 10 minutes to work. You cross over and it's like 3 o'clock, and if you start work at 2 o'clock and it just takes you 10 minutes to get to work, you get there and it's like 3:10 and you're late for work.
You serious?
And you're late by an hour. So it's like those things that are literally like confusing. But the next thing is the garbage disposal in the sink. I'm actually going to show you guys the garbage disposal, so let's go to the kitchen quick. So this is the sink. As you guys can see, this is the kitchen sink. In there is the garbage disposal. There's only one hole. Look, I have a little piece of lettuce. I'm just gonna put it. What happens is, like, sometimes there's food. The reason I'm doing this is because I want you guys to see. Sometimes there's like food in there, and I wouldn't say like throw food to pile it up, but my host mom's mom, she will put a lot of all her peels, like when she peels mashed potatoes or whatever, she stuffs it in there. And then there's like a switch on the wall. Look, I'm gonna turn the switch up, and then it just like takes it away. So that's it. So you should not, obviously you should never put your hands down there. You should never put your hands in there, especially when the switch is on. However, sometimes stuff gets stuck in there, like a cloth or a towel or a sponge, and you can like grab it out, but you have to always make sure that the switch is off. Okay, now that I'm back, the next thing is putting your own gas. So I think I have a little video here with me putting my own gas. A kid was recording it, so hopefully it's clear. But when you put your own gas, what happens is it's very hard for you to speed away. Because I know this is what I thought. I was like, if this was South Africa, we were just gonna like speed away and run and not pay for the gas. We're just gonna come in, put the gas and go. That's not how it works. So there's two ways you could pay gas. You could go into the actual gas station and say, hey, I want to put $5. They put $5, and it's like they only release $5. So you take out and you pump $5. You have to select which one you're selecting. Make sure you select the right one, because I put diesel into my car and it's not a diesel car. That's a whole story for another time. But anyway, you pump it into your car, and that's that. But if you're gonna do it on your own, like how I do it, what happens is you have to take your card. So before you even lift the gas up, you have to take your card, put it in, put your pin, and then it'll activate whatever, and then it'll ask you which one are you putting, and then you have to push like unleaded, leaded, or diesel, whatever. And then when you press on it, then you can only lift the nozzle up, and then you put gas in your car. And however much gas you put in your car is the amount they're going to take from your card. So if you stop on 5, they're gonna take 5. But you have to pay first before you can use the gas. I don't know if it makes sense. Next thing is, and I think I showed you guys in one of my other videos, self-service checkout. It's similar to putting your own gas. So in stores there's these things where you put self-service. Now guys, I'm not gonna lie, here I've seen so many people that have like literally not scanned their stuff and like robbed, because you have to scan stuff and put it in a bag, and some people will pretend they're scanning and go over and just put in a bag, and they'll only pay for 2 things, meantime they have 5 things in their bag. It's like, I've seen it, but because this is not my country and I'm not trying to go to jail, I do not do that. But in South Africa, I honestly don't think this self-service thing will work. The store would lose money, and I'm not dissing my country, but I'm just like, it's not gonna work. So what happens is you come to the till, you scan your first thing, you keep scanning all your stuff. You're literally like your own cashier. You scan your stuff, and then you put it in your bag next to it, and then when you're done, you say what you want to pay. Do you want to pay Apple Pay? Do you want to pay card pay? Do you want to do whatever? Then you pay, a receipt comes out, you take your stuff and you go. It's literally like when I say self-service, you literally like your own cashier. That's self-service. Next question is, where's the kettles? I heard they only use microwaves. This is here. So we have a kettle here in our house. I don't know if you guys saw it when I was showing you guys the disposable. We have a kettle, but I was genuinely surprised. This is like, I had 4 host families and this is the first one with a kettle. As my host mom drinks tea, she loves tea, so she was like, she just prefers a kettle for that. But I don't even call it a kettle. I think they call it like there's like a word for it, because when I came and I was like, you guys have a kettle? They were like, what's a kettle? You know, but most Americans use the microwave. They will put water in the cup and they will put it in the microwave. It depends on your family or where you're from, but almost everyone that I've seen, they will literally just put water in a cup, put it in the microwave, or they will boil water on the stove. Why do the police ask for license and registration? So why do the police ask for license and registration? So when you drive here in America, you know, in South Africa we have the discs in front of our cars, like on the windscreen. They don't have that on the car. At the back on the license plate there's like a small paper that's like your little disc, but you have to show license and registration, and you also have to show like your car insurance, because they want to know the car is registered to you, or not even registered to you, that this car is legal, it's not stolen. Because if you don't have a registration for this car, then where is the registration? Because the car I drive belongs to my host family. It has their details on it, but I drive it, my name's on the insurance card, and it shows that it belongs to my host family. So if they call my host family, or they run the car and the car is, let's say they run the car and the car shows up as stolen, they'll be like, okay, this car is stolen. Or if they call, let's say they call my host family and they're like, hey, there's an angel with your car, or they could say no, she's allowed to drive this car, and the fact that I had the registration to the car means I have permission to have this car with me. So it's basically a paperwork to say that you're allowed to have the car with you and the car is registered. It's not an illegal car, basically that. Okay, we got that. How do you guys put petrol? I explained that petrol part. Someone asked them why their driver's license have the... Yes, okay. So I like, just like you guys, I don't understand. I don't see the principle of this. But when you have a driver's license here, my driver's license has my address on. I lived in Colorado, Dad had my Colorado address. I lived in New Jersey, same story. I live here, same story. And the most annoying thing is when you move to a different state, you have to change it. When I came from Colorado here, I had to change it. From New Jersey to Colorado, change it. When you move, you have to change it. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Aupairs, but Aupairs sometimes go into rematch. So you could be a family for 6 months and then it's like change. And the rules are different in different states. So like in this state, they were like, okay, you can change it, fine. And in another state, they're like, no, we want you to do it all over again. You need to do the test again. You need to... So that is like honestly annoying. But they have it on your house address. Let's say you get pulled over or something happens to you also, they know where you live. They can like trace it back to you where you live. And if you get a speeding ticket, they could send it to you. But I feel like we don't have our addresses on our license in South Africa, but they still know where we live. Like there's computers and systems for that. That for me, it has my address, it has my height, it has my hair color. Because like I was just like, why are you asking me this? It has my weight, my height, my hair color, my eye color, and my address. And I literally just renewed it again, so that's why I know. Chicken and waffle. So somebody was like asking weird meal combos. I never got the chicken and waffles in South Africa. I still don't have it here. I still don't understand it. Yeah, I've had it 2, 3, 4 times. I still don't get it. But I think it's also because, and like I've said to so many of my friends, it's like I just don't understand it because they love it. The best way to describe it, it's like, you know when you have a zinger burger back home in South Africa, there's a zinger burger. You take the bun off, the buns, and then you take the middle part, just the chicken, and you put it on a waffle. You go to Spur, get yourself a waffle, put it on there, and that's how it tastes. It like, I can see, like I've had it and I've had really good ones where it's like tastes great and everything, but I'm just like, nah guys. Waffle is dessert and chicken is for like food. But I get it. It's like the same thing for me where I struggle to, I've had the honey where they dip honey in syrup and I was like, it tastes okay. It's not like as bad as I thought it would be. I'll eat it, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, no. Hey, same with the grits. I'm gonna get to grits soon. What is ranch dressing? Okay, so I will actually I'll actually get some ranch and show you. Hold on. Okay, so the one time I needed ranch, we had people over for the weekend, so that's why. So this is the ranch veggie dip. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is what it looks like in the inside. I'm gonna come close. It looks more like a, can you guys see? It looks more like, I would say it's like a salad dressing. It's a, yeah, the best way to say it's like a salad dressing, but you can put it on anything. You can put it on, I'm literally gonna open this packet. See, so you guys can see. I just want you guys to see. See, oh, let me move this guy away. I have to eat ranch with my, it's like this, look. It's more like a salad dressing, but it's a kind that you can eat with what's this thing? Wings. Yeah, so ranch is more like I would say the closest to South Africa is a salad dressing. You know that Knorr white sauce? It's similar to that, but yeah, you can eat it with wings, you can eat it on your pizza, you can do everything. But guys, it's basically salad dressing, like creamy salad dressing. I saw people saying it's equivalent to like our pink, is it like the pink Spur sauce? No, I wouldn't say that because that one is so good. That one's like a sauce. This is a ranch. Maybe you could, I don't know. I don't think it's that, to be honest. I feel like, because can you eat that pink sauce on salad? Egg Vietnam. Okay, next thing. I want to know why they eat pancakes with bacon, syrup, strawberries. Yeah. I'm not going to lie and say it's trash because it's not. But yeah, I don't like strawberries on a whole, so I always take my strawberries out. And I like sweet things, so I don't know, but the bacon and the syrup situation, yeah, that is like, it's like a sweet, crunchy taste. I don't know how to say, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, yeah, it's like a sweet, crunchy. If they don't use WhatsApp, how can Android users afford to communicate with everyone? Okay, this one. People don't really like WhatsApp. I was at a dinner last night and this one girl was actually like, oh, I don't like when people send me WhatsApps. I was like, but Americans don't really like WhatsApp. They find WhatsApp annoying, but that's because their calling is like free but not free. Hear what I'm saying. Let me explain it to you. Here in America, we don't have the whole pay as you go like how in South Africa or African countries have, where for us you buy airtime, you buy data. When it's done, it's done. People can call you, but you can't call anyone. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Here in America, you have to pay for a plan. I have to pay for a plan. I have to pay to have my cell phone number open. If I don't pay for it, they're gonna take their number back. They literally take your number back and give it to somebody else. Like this number that I got, it was from somebody else because all her calls still come to me sometimes. When you don't pay for a certain amount of time, they take that number back and they give it to somebody else. And what happens is, even if you don't pay for the plan, it's not like back home where I can be like, you know what, I don't want to pay for the plan because I tried that. I was like, you know, I don't phone people a lot. I'm mainly under Wi-Fi all the time. Whatever. No, it's not like that. I paid so fast after that because people can't even call you. Like if my host mom or my friends here wanted to call me, they can't. They will just go through voicemail the whole time because that number has been blocked. Nobody can call you. You can't call anyone. You can't send a please call. You can't send a text. You can't do jack. But if you pay for a plan or if you have a line, you can call for as much as you want. Me and my friends will FaceTime. We will call. We'll literally be on the phone for 3-4 hours. And we always say, guys, if this was back home, we would have never done this because it would have been so expensive. We would I could fall asleep on the line and not even stress because I know, you know what, it's covered in my bill. And then obviously data and Wi-Fi, not there's like the unlimited, limited situation. But with actual calling, it's part of your plan. You don't pay. It's like free. Once you have the plan to have the number, you have to pay. Whether your phone is contract or not. My phone, I got on contract, I paid it off. I own my phone, but the plan I still have to pay for. I still have to pay every month. It feels like a contract, which is annoying. I wish to have times where I can just pay and go and then buy airtime and don't buy airtime, that kind of stuff. But here you can't do that. So everyone texts us. I'm on so many group texts. Everyone texts us, or people just call you. Like with me, I'm like, hey, did you see this? Hey, did you do that? That kind of stuff. Okay, if they don't, okay, I'll answer that one. And why are their holidays so long? Their June holidays. So I always say that their holidays are similar to ours. It's just that ours are spaced out and theirs is not. So they hardly get holidays through the year. They'll get like a week in December, which I find so annoying because they will close school on the 23rd of December and they'll go back to school on the 2nd of January. Like literally like the next day, literally the next day after New Year's, they go back to school. Whereas in summer they have a summer break, which is like what, 2.5 months, 3 months. Whereas with us, we will get the December holidays, and it's also like in June is their summer. So if you think of us, we have our summer in December, their summer is in June. So with them, what happens is we get like 3 weeks here, 4 weeks here, 1 week here, 2 weeks here, and then we get the whole of December, you know, that kind of stuff. Whereas with here, they get it all in once. They'll only get like a half day. Like it was the end of last term, the end of first term, it was last week. Like, so the end of first term was last week. My host kid only got half a day, only half a day. It's first term, only half a day. In March, we get 1 week. We got 1 week in South Africa, you know? So it's stuff like that where they get like a summer, spring break in February. So his longest one is gonna be now the winter break, which is gonna be a week or less. And then in February, he's gonna get another week. And then I think that's it until spring break. Whereas with us, we get 3 weeks here, 2 weeks here, 1 week there, this week. So it adds up if you count all our holidays. It's just that we don't get it in one go. Okay, I have a question about grits and eggs. I have grits. I'll show you guys the grits. I'll show you guys the raw because I'm not gonna make grits. Let me get the grits and show you. Now, I personally don't like grits. I've had grits with cheese, I've had grits without cheese, I've had grits What is the other ways I've had grits? I've had grits on its own, I've had it savory, I've had it dry. I still don't like grits. This is my thing. I feel like grits is porridge. Like if in milli meal porridge, it's literally milli meal porridge. That's how I feel, but apparently it's not. So we have, this is the 5-minute one. Look at the picture. You can have it with bacon, egg. This one is like with cheese, with chives, whatever. And then this is also a quick thing. It's just milli meal. It's like 2 different kinds, but people have it with like scones and bacon and egg and all that stuff on the side, and I'm just like, nah fam, that's nasty. That is just like, it's a no for me. It is a no for me. But it's basically, let me see which one's open. Hold on, I'll see. Look, let me show you. It's literally like milli meal porridge. I just feel like, honestly, I feel like it's just fine milli meal porridge. Because I'm like, I would have this with some sugar and butter and let's call it a day. But they make it a different way. And I'm like, it's nasty. Let's see what else is on here. Okay, why do they make 16-year-olds drive cars? Do I even know? Because it's like 15, you get a permit to drive cars. But you have to be 21 to drink here. You have to, and wherever you go, they check for your license. You can't buy alcohol without getting your license checked, so you can't even lie. But when you're 15, you can get a permit. In some states, you can drive, but you can't have passengers in the car. You have a curfew. You can't drive between 11 p.m. to 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. There's stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, like when you're 15, you get a permit. When you're 16, you get your license, that kind of stuff. It's just the law. My question for them is how they can live with bare windows. Yeah, I don't know. They don't have, like, I went to Las Vegas and some of the houses, they had fences, and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen a fence or gates in a while. But it's not really common. They have these white picket fences, but it's not like for protection. It's just like these little things. Oh, another thing is, the reason I even made this video was let's talk about where they get their passports from. So here in America, they get their passports from the post office. You can go to the post office. I don't know if I can record at the post office. I don't know if it's legal, but you get it from the post office. You come in, you sit down. There's like a little wall thing. You take a picture. They prepare you. They don't have a home affairs. It's not like us. I wish we had. Yeah, the DMV is like the home affairs, because even if you have an appointment, you still come and you stand. The DMV is like the driving place where you get your license. I think you can also get it at the DMV. In some states, I think you can get your passport there. And then also, to get your ID, you can get it at the DMV. I know you get your ID at the DMV. I'm not too sure about the post office, but I know for sure at the post office you can get your passport, definitely. What else you get? At the court, you get your marriage license. So like when you want your marriage license, you have to go there. When you want your ID, you have to go there. When you want this, it's not like one place like us. We just have one whole place. But yeah, it's like marriage license, you go to court, or like another like government officiated office. And then if you want your passport, as I said, the post office. And if you want your driver's license, oh yeah, even we go to a driver's license place for driver's license. But you can get your ID at the driver's license place. This is in some states. I know in my state you can. I'm trying to think, what else do you need? Like, what's the other thing you would have to go to government office? But no, the DMV. Oh, social security. I wanted to explain social security also, because that's another topic. So in America, they have like, some states have like ID cards. Okay, each state has an ID card, and the best way to explain it is, it's like having, which I find bizarre, you know, like how you have Durban, Cape Town, different provinces. They have different states here, but I feel like their states also carry on like different countries within, because they obviously have different time zones, number one. Number two, they have different rules in different states. And in some states, if you drive there, you have to, there's like a whole thing, there's a whole like rule system in different states. But if you have a social security is like this little paper. I have one. It's a little paper, and it's like an ID number on it. But this ID number does not have a picture of you. So that's why they say don't give people your social security, because people can open bank accounts, they can buy furniture, they can open credit card accounts on your name online or in person. And there's nothing you can do. Well, there are stuff I'm sure you could do about it, but they don't ask for like proof to say that this is your social security number. They will ask for your ID, your driver's license or ID card to show it's you, but they won't ask you, hey, whose ID, whose number is this? Because it's literally a paper with a number. It'll say like something 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 on the number, but it doesn't say this is Angel Hutchinson, or it doesn't say like this is your picture. It doesn't, like, you know, like how we have ID books, it doesn't recognize us like that. So that's the social security. Somebody asked, and please, what is so fancy about Walmart and Starbucks? Please someone tell me. There's nothing fancy about Walmart, I can tell you that for free. There's nothing fancy about Walmart. Walmart is the Cambridge la. Starbucks, I don't think Starbucks is fancy, I just think it's convenient. Starbucks is convenient, and because their drinks are okay, and I'm a Starbucks holic. I love Starbucks, I really do, but it's like the vibe. It's just, yeah, it's the vibe. It's like there's a Starbucks in every corner, literally. So it's like nice because there's a Starbucks in every corner, and you can get your drink, like you literally can customize the drink you like always. You don't have to worry that, oh my gosh, the only thing you'd have is like may not taste the greatest, because some Starbucks are better than others, but I think it's just convenient and everyone has it. My last thing is automatic versus manual. Why everyone drives automatic? Yeah, 96% of America drives automatic, and so I don't even know why. They just feel it's easier, it's safer, because they've shown that like people who drive automatic are less likely to get into accidents than people who drive manual. Driving automatic is amazing though. I'm not gonna complain. I can drive both, but I'm like, listen, I ain't gonna complain. It's like less focus, less clutch control. But then there's times where I find I'm like, oh, I'd love to be like just like changing gears at this moment. But yeah, they just prefer driving automatic over manual because it's the law once again. And if you have a manual car here in America, it's actually cheaper to get insurance, because you have to have insurance in America for your car. Yeah, but yeah, I think I went through all the questions. I feel like this is a long video. If you have any other questions, comment below and I'll try my best to answer them. And to all the people from TikTok with all your questions, thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.